Hello students, welcome to your computer class. So as in the previous class, we have started the chapter 3, that is Microsoft Excel, and now as we have seen few of the things, we have seen that what is Microsoft Excel. So it is a spreadsheet program and which can be used for various you can say mathematical calculation, as well as you can also use it to store the data at a similar place, that is called as the databases. Then we have seen that what is workbook and what is worksheet. So workbook is the collection of different worksheet, and worksheet individual is the a single sheet or a single, you can say, the file in which you are saving the data. Clear? As we use the notebook in this, for that you can also relate that a single page will be called as worksheet and the notebook is as the workbook. Clear? So in the same way this Microsoft Excel software also works. Now we have seen that how to start the MS Excel by going to start, then all programs, then we will find Microsoft Office there, and in that we have Microsoft Excel 2010. So depending upon the versions, it will be there with the different names. So or directly we can open it by going to the search box. If you press the window button, there also you can write Excel and it will open. Okay, then we have started the formula and function. So we have seen what is formula and what is function, and we have also tried to enter a formula. Clear? So let us see that once again, and then we will move to the next topic, that is using the different other functions. Okay, coming to the previous example. So here we have taken few of the names, then computer parts are there, and accordingly the different sales numbers are there, and we have written a formula for to find the total. So if you again if you want to write the total for the second name, that is Sanjay, so let us write it. So earlier if you see, we have to start the formula with the equal to. So let us write equal to, then the first address, that is this is column number B and row 6, so the address will be B6. This we have seen how to find the address. So B6 plus C6, so this is the individual addresses. We can also write the range. In the next example I will show you how to range. Next is D6, then keep on writing the plus symbol, and then E6. So let us write E6. Okay, then F6. So you can also see that the different addresses which we are writing, according to that the color of each of these are different. Okay, clear? So this way we have covered all the addresses, and after writing this we have to press the enter key. Let us press it, and here is the total. Clear? So this way we have tried to. Let us now in the third name, let us try to find the function with the name sum, and then we can also write its the range here. So here again we will write equal to sign, then use the function sum. So here we have the sum function, and then we have the some parameters. So in the parameters we have parenthesis, that is the bracket symbol, then the starting address. So starting address is here B7. Here you can see it is column number B and the row number 7. So we will write B7, this is the starting, and then as in the previous we were adding with the plus with all the addresses. Here we will use the range. So you will we will use the colon and then the last address, that is F7. So here again write F7 and close the parenthesis, that is the bracket. Clear? So only we have to write this, and now if you will press the enter key, it will give the sum. Clear? So you can see this one is simple or the earlier one. Earlier we have to write, you can also write see these formulas here at the formula bar. I hope this is visible. Clear? So rather than writing each of the addresses individually, here we have used the function sum, and in that we have uh, in the bracket we are using the range, that is the starting address, then colon, and then the ending address. Clear? So this way we can get it sort. Okay, now we have written 2 3. If we want to apply the same in all of these, do we need to write the formula in each of these? No, we have another way also. After writing a single one, you can drag it down and the formula will be applied to each of these. Clear? So here you can see the different total of all these rows are in front of us. Clear? So if you click in any of these, it will have the formula automatically applied for each of these. Okay, so this is the advantage, and this way this saves our time. Now let us come to the book and see what are the next functions which we are going to see. Okay, so coming to the book, so here it is. So here now we will see how to use the average, max and min functions. Okay, so let us see. Okay, wait a moment. Here it is. So suppose you want to calculate the average, highest and lowest sale of the computer parts sold by different persons from the range G5 to G14. So in this example we have the range from, this is the column number G, that is why it is talking about that range. So here we have the column number as G, and it is ranging from row number 5 to row number 14. Clear? So that is why it is written this way. The range is G5 to G14. Clear? We will also apply these in the case of our example. Let us erase this and see. So how we can we are going to apply these? We are having the different functions like average, max and min, and these functions, as we have seen the sum also, we have to use the equal to symbol, then the name of the function, and then the range. Clear? So this is called as argument. Argument means the values which are assigned with the name of the function, means the name of the functions, then in the parenthesis whatever, you can also write the cell addresses with the plus symbol or whatever is the way of writing the formula, and in that also we can write the range, means starting address and ending address separated with the colon sign in between. Okay, so first is determining the average of range of numbers. Okay, so first we will apply the range, first we will find the average, and this average we are going to find with the, with which method? The range. We will write the range with that average function. So the average function, we already know what is the use of average. The average function sums the number within the specified range and then divides the sum by the total number of non-zero cells in that range. So if I say you that if I am writing two numbers like 6, 8 and 12, and if you want to find the average of these, so what we do? We first take the sum of all these numbers, and after that, how to find the average? We divide this by the total, how many numbers we are taking. So we are taking three numbers, 6, 8 and 12. These are three numbers, so we divide this, the sum of these numbers, with the how many numbers we are taking, that is the total number. Clear? So this way we find the average. I hope you already know. In the maths also we do this. So rather than writing this much of data, we will only use the direct function, and it will find and it will give you the result of the average. Okay, so first step is select the cell where you want the average. Clear? So first we have to select the cell in which of the cell we want to find the result. It can be anywhere. Okay, then the next step, we are only going through each of the steps. So here in this case it was G16, means in the cell in the column G and in the row 16 the cell was selected, means this is the place where you want to find the average. Okay, then type the average in that cell equal to average, as you are already writing the function with equal to sign, the name of the function, and then the bracket starts. So click on the first cell, so whatever is the first address, and then drag up to the last cell. Clear? So when we will drag from the top to bottom, so automatically we will get the range like this way, G5 to G14. So read this as well. So drag up to the last cell, the second endpoint of the range to the average. So this way we are actually selecting the starting point and end point of the range. A marquee around surrounds the range G5 to G14. When you click the cell G5, Excel appends cell G5 to the left parenthesis in the formula bar and surrounds cell G5 with a marquee. When you begin dragging, Excel expands to the argument with a colon and the cell reference of the cell where the mouse pointer is located. Clear? So what it is all talking about, let us do it practically and we can then also get the result. So here it is all about, after that writing it, it is saying to click on the enter key from the keyboard, so it will give you the average. Okay, so let us try to do this practically. So here in our case, suppose I want to get the average here, so let us write it. So here I have written average, and in this particular cell I will get the average. So this is G15, whatever is the address. So here if we want to get the result of this, here you can see the G15 it is showing here. So all of the address are shown to us in this name box. Clear? And this is the formula box in where we write the formula, or also you can write directly in the cell where you want the result. So here what we are going to do, we are finding the average. So write the equal to, then A V E. When you start writing that, it will give you the names. If you don't know exactly what the function or what the formula you want to use, it will show you a suggestion. So from there you can write the see the spelling and write the same. So here we have written the name of the function. So rather than writing in small, it is always capital, so try to write that only. We can write the smaller one also, it will also give the same result. So but for making a convention, let us write it in the capital only. Okay, so here I have written the name of the function, then start the bracket, that is the parenthesis. Then what we have to do, we have to select the first cell. First cell here in this case is the G, that is the Rahul, and from starting here what we do, we will drag it down. So here you can see it is all being selected. So rather than writing the first and the last address, if you select the first and drag it down, automatically the first address and the last address is being shown to us. Here you can see the same. So automatically the first and the last address came here. So what we have to do next, we have to close this, close the bracket, that is the parenthesis, and now we have to press the enter key. So here is the average. Clear? See, the same formula is here in the formula bar also. Is it visible? I hope. So average, the whatever the formula we have written, G5 to G13. So we can write manually the starting address and the ending address, or also we can use the selection method. So if you click and drag it down, the range automatically will be selected. Clear? The same we have seen in the book, that this is the way to find the average. Okay, so first cell and last cell we have seen, and whatever the steps how to write the name of the function, that with equal to sign and name of the function. Clear? Let us come to the next. Erase this. So here the same formula as it is written, the same formula bar is showing the formula, and the average we have got in the cell where we wanted. Okay, now coming to the other functions, that is determining highest number using the insertion using the insert function box. Okay, so let us try to find use the second function, and here the method will be the function box. Okay, let us see this as well. So max function in the Excel is used to display the highest value in a range. Clear? So for finding the highest number, what is the name of the function? Max. Max is the name of the function which we will use. You can enter max function using the keyboard and point mode as described in the previous steps. As we have used the earlier average function, in the same way we can also use the max function. First we will write equal to, then max, and then the starting and ending addresses, the range method. Clear? By pointing or writing it manually, whatever the address will be, the initial and the last. So this way we can also find the maximum value. But here we are going to see the function box. There is a method of using the function box. Let us see that also. So an alternative method to enter the function is by using the insert function box on the formula bar or formula tab. Clear? So in the formula tab we have the option of using the formula box as well. So let us see the steps of getting this formula or the function box. So select the cell where you want to enter the highest number. Clear? So whatever the cell where you want to get the highest number, first we will select that cell, then click on the insert function button from the formula tab. So in the formula tab we have the insert function button. So let us come to there and try to get it. So here we have got the average. Now we are going to see the what max. So here you can write highest or maximum, you can write whatever you want. So I have written maximum. So suppose I want to get this maximum here in this cell. So I have clicked it. Now where we have to go? We have to go to the formula tab. So formula tab is here. Is it visible? This is the formula tab. So let us click on the formula tab, and then we have the insert function option. So click on the insert function. So here is the function box. We will select and see, do the steps as per the book also. So let us come back again to the book. So first two steps we have seen. We have selected the cell and we have opened the insert function box. So let us see the third step. When the insert function dialog box displays, click on the max function in the select a function box. Clear? So there already the different functions are there. Whatever you want to choose the function, we have to select from that given functions. So click on OK button. The function arguments dialog box will be displayed. Clear? Now the next are, when the function argument dialog box is displayed, type the range of the numbers, that is whatever the starting and ending, in the number 1 box as shown in the screenshot. So here is the picture where it is being written. So in the number 1 it is being written the range. The function argument dialog box displays the range whatever the range is as entered in the number 1 box. The complete max function will be displayed in the formula bar and the result will be displayed in the cell G17. Click on the OK button. Okay, so these were all the steps and then the maximum value we have got. So let us try to do this. So here also we have got the insert function box from the formula bar. What are the steps we have done? First we have come to the formula bar, formula tab, then we have clicked on the insert function option. Clear, then this insert function box appear to us. Then in this, what function we are going to use? We are going to use the max function. So here is the max function. Let us select this and click on the OK. Clear? Then it is being displayed the starting and ending addresses. So starting and ending addresses we have to write. So the first number is G5. So here it is written G15. Click on the first, that is G5. Then we have to you can drag it down or you can also use the colon accordingly. So let us use the colon symbol, and then the next is the last, that is G13 in our example. So we have written G13 and automatically here the also you can write in the formula box, in the formula bar it is being written whatever the formula we are writing, and it is also being written in the cell specific. So we have written the range here and let us click on the OK. So when I clicked on OK, the value as the result we have got at 1600. So if you see in all of these values, the values which are written there, if you will manually watch it, so the maximum value of from all these values is 1600. Here it is. So this one is the maximum value which we have got in our case. So we have seen how to find the average, we have seen how to find the maximum. So till we have seen two methods. First one was the manually we have written the name of the function, then the range we have written, and in the second option for finding the maximum we have got the next approach, that is the formula box. So formula box we have got from formula tab, then insert function, and then we have seen the box where we have selected the name of the function and the range we have specified. Okay, so let us erase it now and come again to the textbook. So here we have seen the formula of using the maximum. Now we can read the update your knowledge as well. So a group of related cells in a worksheet is called a range. We already know what is range, that a related cell or a group is of a worksheet is called as range. Cell ranges are identified by their anchor points, the upper left corner of the range and the lower right corner of the range. The range reference includes both anchor points separated by a colon. For example, the range name A1 colon B3 includes A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3. Clear? So the range can be selected. It can be a single, you can say a single column, a single row, or it can be means a rectangular or a square type of area. So this way the range means a group of selection can be done, and this will denote the range which will be separated by the anchor. The left topmost anchor will be this and the right bottom anchor will be this. So whatever the area which we are selecting, accordingly the range will be there. Clear? So I hope the concept of range is clear to you. We have already seen these things in the examples. Okay, now coming to the next, that is determining the lowest number using the auto sum menu. Okay, now we are going to find the lowest number, and here the next approach is auto sum menu. Okay, let us see this. So minimum function in the Excel is used to display the lowest value in the range. Clear? So earlier we have seen two functions. What were they? The two functions were the average and the max, and the third one is the min function to find the minimum amount. So min function in Excel is used to display the lowest value in a range. Now you can calculate the min function and store it in cell G18 so as to determine the lowest number in the range, whatever the range it is, G5 to G14. Clear? So wherever the cell we want to find the minimum, we can select and get the value of that. You can enter the min function using either of the methods used to determine the average and max functions. So we have seen two methods. The first one was writing the name of the function and then the range, and the second one was the function box. Okay, so we can write this by any of these two. Let us see here. Then follow the steps to enter the minimum function using the auto sum menu. Here we are using the third approach, that is the auto sum menu. Select the cell where you want to display the lowest number. First step, where we are selecting the cell in which we are going to get the minimum value. Okay, then click on the formula tab, which we have seen earlier where the insert function was there. Now we are using the third one, that is the auto sum button. Okay, so there is the auto sum button. Let us read this, then I will show you practically. The auto sum menu is displayed. When we click on the auto sum, the auto sum menu is displayed. So here it is, the auto sum menu. When we clicked on the auto sum immediately attempts to use the functions to the adjacent cell. Okay, let us see the fifth one. If you want another range of cells, instead of auto sum attempts, click on the first cell G5 and then drag through the last cell G14. Okay, the function, let me erase this, then it will be visible clearly. The function in the formula bar and in the cell G18 displays the new range G5 to G14. Clear? Then the next step, click on the enter button. Excel determines the lowest value in the range G5 to G14, which is 1000, and it is displayed in the G18. Clear? So we have seen that in the auto sum menu there was option for min button. So we have selected that min button and then we have dragged the range. So let us try to do this ourselves. If we come to our example, let us come little bit below. So here we are going to find the minimum. So write it. So we will get the result minimum in this cell. So we have clicked on this cell. Now we have to go to the tab. Different tabs are there at the top. We have to go to the formula tab, and in the formula tab, if we come to the auto sum. Clear? So let us come to the auto sum option and click it there. Then in that we have the min. Click on the min. We have written the min here. Then in the min we have the range. The range, it is starting from G15 to G16. So in that place, what we will do, we will click here the first range, that is G5, and if we drag it down, automatically the range will be getting displayed there. So here automatically you can see that the formula is, or the function is being displayed in the formula bar, and the same is here in the specific cell as well. So here we have got the function, that is the min function, and the range is specified here. Okay, so this was the third approach. First approach was directly we have written in the average. In the case of maximum, we have seen the insert function box, and now in the case of minimum, we have seen the third approach, that is the auto sum menu. So here we have used the auto sum menu. From the auto sum menu we have selected min, and now we have specified the range. So let us press the enter key and see. So here minimum we have got as 1100. If you will see in the values which are written there, in that also what is the minimum? Minimum is 1100. The same we have got, you can check it also. Clear? So these are the three approaches we have seen for finding the average, maximum and minimum. Clear? So I hope this is clear to you and you can easily understand, and wherever you have any steps which is being missing, you can pause the video and go little bit back and you can watch it again. Clear? So we have completed the three functions, average, min and max, and the three approaches along with that. Clear? Now in the coming class we will see how to do the loan terms and other related things. Clear? So till then you can revise the things and go through the examples or the textbook. You can read it once. Wherever you have confusion, we will take up the questions in the coming online sessions. So revise, practice and stay fit and healthy. Thank you everyone.